across the table. She and her partner, a female beagle named Nell, specialized in cadaver detection. Nobody dead on scene, one unconscious victim. Nelson's gut clenched with dread. Possible missing baby. Frowning, Harlow smoothed back a wayward strand of blonde hair from her bun. Good and bad, then. Should we head out there? Lucas Hudson asked from a few seats down. He and his dog Angel, a female border collie, handled search and rescue, and had come to the team, along with Nelson, from the Idaho State Police Canine Unit. From the front of the room, their boss, Tyson, answered. At this point, there is no evidence beyond an empty car seat to suggest a missing child. Tyson met Nelson's gaze. Nelson, tell us what you and Diesel discovered. Nelson rose. We arrived on scene to find a car on fire, a mid-sized sedan, but thankfully the Wildland Fire Management team had the blaze under control. The accelerant used was denatured alcohol, a clear, colorless ethanol deliberately infused with hard-to-separate lethal substances meant to keep people from digesting the liquid. It's normally used as a solvent, a cleaning agent, and even a pest exterminator. Highly flammable, and when ignited, water is ineffective in putting out the flames. The Wildland Fire team used specialized foam to douse the blaze. A murmur of surprise rippled through the room. From the direction the car faced, the driver most likely was coming from the park, Nelson continued. Black tire marks crisscrossed the asphalt, suggesting the driver had lost control of the vehicle. Icy roads in April aren't uncommon, especially at the higher elevations. Tyson taped up a photo of a woman with curly short brown hair and hazel eyes on the glass wall beside him. This is our victim, who is in a coma. The Boulder PD have identified her as Kate Montgomery, a wildlife artist from here in Denver. Single, no children. We are operating on the assumption she was driving the car since the vehicle was registered to her. Nelson nodded agreement. However, an infant car seat had been flung on its side farther down the road, and a pale pink baby blanket lay nearby, along with the unconscious victim. Nelson frowned at the memory. There were no signs of an infant in the vicinity. He and the officers on scene had searched, but there were drops of the accelerant and tire tracks 50 feet from the burning car. It certainly seems like some sort of abduction, Daniela Vargas said. Her ebony eyes held a grim expression. The tough, no-nonsense woman who joined the team from the Montana State Police Canine Unit was a bit of a loner. Her dog, a Malinois named Zara, was a fierce protection dog. But they obviously didn't want to kill Miss Montgomery. Or they believed they had, offered Reese Campbell. The former Denver Canine Unit officer and his male German Shepherd Maverick were the best crime scene detection duo around. Paramedics had to use life-saving measures on the victim, Nelson told the group, confirming Reese's suspicion. Which explains the coma, Chris Fuller stated dryly as he folded himself into a chair at the end of the table. The former Phoenix canine officer sported a scar over his left eyebrow. Nelson had never asked the brooding man how he'd obtained it. Ben would know. However, Nelson chose to stay out of the tension between the two half-siblings. Chris and his dog, Teddy, a spaniel, specialized in tracking, had an impressive record that had helped Ben convince Tyson to bring his half-brother on the team. Indeed, Tyson said. Turning back to the glass wall, Tyson taped up photos of the car seat, the pink baby blanket, photos of the tire tracks, as well as the drops of denatured alcohol in the dirt. The Boulder PD relinquished the evidence to our forensic expert. Russ and his team worked around the clock this weekend and confirmed the drops found away from the car were denatured alcohol. He hasn't matched the tire prints to a specific type yet. However, Russ did find 2 strands of hair clinging to the baby blanket, which have been identified as belonging to this woman. He taped up the Department of Motor Vehicles image from the driver's license of a long-haired platinum blonde with brown eyes. Mia Turner. She was arrested and tried for arson 10 years ago. Nelson sucked in a breath. Had this woman torched the car? Tried, but not convicted. Correct, Tyson said. I've asked Jody to work up a dossier on the woman. Nelson, you and Diesel go interview her. See if she has an alibi for Friday night's fire. Will do. If this woman was responsible for the burned car and the comatose woman, she might also know if there was a missing baby or not. One way or another, Nelson would find the truth. Sitting at a round dining room table, Mia Turner